It is Thursday, April 11th, and the Dong Report is back in your life. I'm Matt Modi, and I have 3 home run predictions for you guys to lock in for today's MLB betting slate. It's been a rough stretch to start the season, no doubt about it. That continued yesterday as none of our home run predictions came to fruition. Went 0 for 3 yesterday, down 1.5 units as I'm putting a half unit on all of these. It's been terrible to start the year. I'm not going to hide behind that. I'm also not going to stop. I'm going to continue to research and find plays that I do really like, and I'm very confident that it is going to turn around. Doesn't help that fact that it's been a brutal start to the season. That now brings our loss on the year. We are down 8.55 units on the year. Last year was incredible. This year, haven't been able to capture the same success. Part of it has been bad luck. Part of it has been I'm debating between 2 guys. Then the guy I choose doesn't hit a home run, and the guy I don't choose does. That's just how things go. Fortunately, when you are betting on long shot props like home runs, there's going to be high highs and there's going to be low lows. I've come on here every video saying I'm confident that it's going to turn around, and I am confident in that, but I understand words can only go so far. Hopefully, we start to see the success start today. If you're still rocking with me, I appreciate it. Most of the comments have been positive, which I really do appreciate because these tough stretches are brutal. Luckily, the NBA has been able to keep us afloat if you are tailing the NBA plays. But it's been rough for MLB, no doubt about it. Again, I'm confident I'm going to turn it around. Let's hope that does start today. Let's start talking dongs, and let's start cashing dongs. Starting in the Athletics versus Rangers game, I'm taking Adolis Garcia to hit a home run plus 260 odds at FanDuel. Quietly, it's been 5 games since Adolis Garcia hit a home run. That doesn't mean that he's just been in this brutal cold streak. He's actually gotten a hit in 4 of the 5 games that he didn't hit a home run. That includes yesterday's game where he went 3 for 3 at the plate. He was walked once. He annihilated 2 baseballs that were both doubles, so 2 hard hits. Didn't quite have the launch angle, but both were doubles. So he's been playing really, really well. He just hasn't quite gotten one to go out of the yard. I love for that to change today. I love for him to end his dongless streak. If he cashes this, we will at least have a profitable day. Just need one of these to get ourselves in the green, and then it's just going to start flying. And even if you just look at the month of April, like Adolis Garcia started the year in March on fire. If you just isolate to the month of April, he's still hitting pretty well. He's got 2 home runs in the month of April. He's got an ISO rate of 25.7%. That's within the excellent category. That's exactly what we're looking for in terms of ISO rate. For those of you who are new, ISO rate stands for isolated power. Measures how much power a batter has. Anything between 20 and 25% is good. Anything between 25% and above is excellent. 25.7%, that's great. Against right-handed pitching, left-handed, that's what he's going up against tonight. Against left-handed pitching specifically, he's got an ISO rate of 25%. So again, well within the excellent category, or not well within, in the excellent category. And then his barrel rate, which measures how well you actually barrel up the bat when you make contact, so swings and misses don't count. But anytime you make contact with the ball, barrel rate measures how well you actually barrel up the bat. He's got a barrel rate of 17.6%. That's excellent. That's for barrel rate, anything between 10 and 15 is good. Anything 15% and above is excellent. 17.6%, that's excellent. Good for 11th best in the entire MLB. And as I mentioned, he's going up against a lefty pitcher for the Athletics. The pitcher being J.P. Sears. This is a pitcher that Adolis Garcia should be able to mash. It's listed on Ballpark Pal as a plus 10 extreme advantage in favor of the batter. Plus 10 is the highest that they go in terms of favor of the batter. Minus 10 would be the extreme advantage in favor of the pitcher. And looking at his career against J.P. Sears, he only has 2 hits against him and 13 at-bats. But if you look into the matchups, which you can do on Ballpark Pal, he had 2 hits that were considered hard hit that ended up being flyouts. One that had a 72% chance of being a home run. So yeah, it wasn't a home run, but obviously 72% of the time it is based on the launch angle and the exit velocity and all that good stuff. And through 2 starts this year, J.P. Sears has given up 2 home runs, both to right-handed batters. He's got a home run to fly ball ratio of 14.3%. That's considered awful according to Fangraphs. Anything 13% or worse, higher for this category, is considered awful. According to Fangraphs, 9% is about average. So you put all that together, Adolis Garcia should break his 5-game dongless streak tonight. That's our first play. Next up, Mets versus Braves game. I'm taking Marcell Ozuna to hit a home run plus 350 odds at FanDuel. Now, this doesn't mean everything, but since April 2nd, Marcell Ozuna has hit a home run in every other game. So he hit a home run April 2nd, April 4th, April 6th, April 8th. Technically, he was due to hit a home run yesterday on April 10th, That game ended up being rained out, so it didn't play. Today should be fine in terms of weather and the rain and stuff. No issues about it being rained out. And technically, today's game would be in line with this every other game metric. Now, obviously, it's not as simple as that. I'm not saying, oh, he's due because of that. It's just kind of funny noting these statistical anomalies and stuff. He's got 5 home runs on the season. 4 of those home runs have come in the month of April. He's just been absolutely mashing to start the season. His ISO rate on the season, so this includes March, obviously, is 38.6%. That's good for 4th best in the MLB. And if you just isolate his ISO rate in the month of April, so looking at April 1st till now, it's up to 46.7%. That would also be good for the 4th best in the MLB. And if you look at left-handed pitching specifically, his ISO rate against lefties, which is what he's facing tonight, it's still an excellent 44.4%. Those numbers are absurd. The best ISO rate in all of last year was like in the mid-30s. So being in the 40s, it's not going to stay that way all year, but it does show that he's been crushing the baseball. He's also got a barrel rate of 14.7%. That's not quite in the excellent category, but it's close and it's still considered good. As long as your ISO rate is 20% and above and your barrel rate is 10% and above, that's all we're looking for, right? At least be in the good category. His home run to fly ball ratio is a ridiculous 38.5%. Now, it's different for batters and pitchers. For batters, FanGraphs considers anything to be a good home run to fly ball ratio, anything 15% and above, with anything 20% and above being excellent. So 38.5% is obviously phenomenal. And to put that in context, last year, Shohei Ohtani had the best home run to fly ball ratio. His was at 31.2%. So again, 38.5% is crazy. It's not going to stay that way all year. We're just hoping we can catch a batter in the middle of a heater. And then in terms of the pitching matchup, he's going up against Jose Quintana of the Mets. Ozuna doesn't have any home runs against him in 8 at-bats in his career, but he does have 3 hits. He's got an average of 375 against him, 2 of those hits being doubles. So no home runs, but he does have success against the pitcher. And this is another example where it's an extreme advantage in favor of the batter. It's not a +10, it's a +9, so it's the second highest grade that they give. Still very good on Ozuna. And Quintana has not been good to start the year either. He's got a home run per 9 of 1.74, which is really bad. He's got a home run to fly ball ratio of 15.4%, which I just told you last time is considered awful. Anything 13% or higher is considered awful. And I will admit he does give up more home runs to lefties than righties, but this is still a good matchup for Marcell Ozuna, so I'm confident that he's going to mash one for us. That's our second pick. Third up, final pick of the video, Athletics versus Rangers. We're going back to this game, and I'm taking Shay Langeliers to hit a home run, plus 450 odds at FanDuel. Now, 2 games ago, Langeliers had an absurd game where he hit 3 home runs. So in a small sample size, a game where you hit 3 home runs, those are going to juice your stats by an absurd amount. But even if you isolate the data from April 1st to April 8th, so you take out the 3 home run game, he does have a home run in that span. He hit a home run on April 2nd, and he's got an ISO rate against right-handed pitching of 20%. Again, that's from April 1st to April 8th. So it's taking out his 3 home run game on April 9th. He still has an ISO rate of 20% against right-handed pitching. That's about as low as we look for in terms of ISO rate, but it's still within the good category. So even without the one game juicing his stats, he's still got an ISO rate against right-handed pitching that is considered good, which is what we look for. Now, that 3 home run game did happen, and if you include that 3 home run game, his ISO rate against right-handed pitching jumps up to a ridiculous 60% in the month of April. And then overall, if you just look at the entire season, he's got an ISO rate of 44.4%. The good news is he's done all of his damage on the year against right-handed pitching. All of his 4 home runs have come up against righties. He's facing a right-handed pitcher tonight, Jon Gray of the Rangers. On the season, he's also got a barrel rate of 19.2%. That's obviously well within the excellent category. That's good for 8th best in the entire MLB season to date. He's also got a home run to fly ball ratio of 30.8%, which, as we know, that's considered excellent as well. And then as for the pitching matchup, as I mentioned, he's going up against Jon Gray of the Rangers. Admittedly, he's 0 for 6 against Jon Gray in his career, but if you just look at the batter-pitcher matchup, another extreme advantage in favor of the batter. This is a +8, so not quite the top 2, but the 3rd best rating that they give in terms of advantage to the batter. And they really, Ballpark Pal really gives Langeliers the advantage for home runs specifically. If you just look at the home run possibility, this is one of the biggest advantages in favor of the batter of the slate today. So maybe he's not as likely to get singles, but he's more likely to hit home runs than average. Jon Gray, he's also gotten dinged up this year. He has not performed well as a pitcher. Now, he hasn't given up a ton of home runs, 8.3% home run to fly ball ratio. That's considered average. But if you look at his previous 3 seasons, he's been in the awful category each of the last 3 years, 13% or worse for 3 straight years. So my guess is that the home runs are going to start coming off of Jon Gray. Hopefully one of those is Shay Langeliers. The one home run that Jon Gray did allow this year was against the right-handed hitter, which Shay is. That bodes well for him. So let's hope he comes through for us as our 3rd and final pick. And that's all we got. 3 home run predictions for you guys to lock in. Let's snap out of this brutal cold streak. Have an undefeated day today. Would be incredible. Again, if you're still rocking with me, I would appreciate it if you could like the video, comment, and then if you're new, subscribe. And the last thing that I mention it at the end of every video, is that I do have a dub club. The way it works is the plays that you see me give out for free on YouTube and on Twitter, those are the same plays that you get on Dub Club. It's only $5 a month, and all my plays will just get sent directly to your phone via text, email, Telegram, whatever that may be. The reason why I even have the Dub Club is not everybody cares about the YouTube videos. They want a tail. They just don't care to watch the videos, or not everybody has time to watch the YouTube videos. So I'll send plays out in the morning, they'll lock them in, and then if they have time to watch it, they can. Or the odds will change by the time people do watch the YouTube videos. So for Dub Club, as soon as I decide what a play is, I immediately send it out. It's the first thing that I do. So you're able to lock stuff in before odds change. Some people get frustrated if odds change by the time they're watching the video. Fortunately, I can't help that, which is why I came out with the Dub Club. Again, I only charge $5 a month because I recognize you can get everything for free. And if you'd rather just pay the best price of free, get everything on YouTube and on Twitter, totally fine with me. I just like to give people the option, and that's all we got. Appreciate everybody for watching, and have a good one.